connecting from. Hi, everyone. I'm Romain Poirot, Advertising Director with Frenchly. Today, we are having a new webinar on a topic that we've never had in the past, and I'm glad because Pierre and LandQuire have been a long-time partner of our sister publication, which is Frenchly and French Morning. I don't know if you guys know as well, French Morning. It's our sister publication targeting the French living in the States. And we wanted today to introduce you to the Frenchly audience, to LandQuire, to Pierre, who's the relationship investor director with LandQuire. He's going to talk about half an hour. He's going to tell you everything about LandQuire. And then we have a couple of questions that we already received by email. So we're going to ask him all the questions that you want. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Zoom. So feel free to ask as many questions as you want. We'll go first with the presentation, and then we'll move forward to your questions. So don't be shy. Ask any question, and we'll answer all of them. I'll let Pierre start the presentation. He's going to share his screen. So try to look at it so you get a full understanding of what he's talking about today. And then I'll come back to ask him a couple questions. Pierre, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Roma, and thank you so much to all the participants that are here today to listen to us. And it's a pleasure to keep working with you, Roma, on French Morning and now Frenchly. It's exciting. It's a new audience, a new adventure. So as Romain told you, I'm Pierre from LandQuire. I'm the Investor Relations Director. And I'm going to start the presentation of our company. We are a real estate investment company using data and technology to source the entire real estate market in America. And what made LandQuire what it is today is first the team. So I'm going to give you a little tour of the office and the team as well, so you can see what's in the back end. So this is our meeting room. We come here every Thursday for the investment committee meeting, and this is where we validate all the opportunities before offering it to our investors. And here you have all of our team right there of the Miami office. You have Mr. Chris, who's taking care of LandQuire. He's bringing the deals, calling the seller. Mr. Fabian, acquisition manager of LandQuire.
How are we doing?
Doing good. Mr. Maxim.
LandQuire, là où il y a les meilleurs deals.
Let's go. It's in English, my friend. Alex is taking care of our media relations and social media.
Every time he's presenting on it.
Mr. Gustavo on the LandQuire side as well. I'll explain you all of this later. Mr. Randall Lieberman, it's in English this time, Randall.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
It's
Hi,
our
Randall.
disposition manager.
Pleasure
It's
to meet you.
the best seller in Miami.
I like your view.
Nice view, huh?
Where is that?
Thank you.
That's in New York City.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm from New York.
he's from New York. He was a broker there,
Nice.
an investor,
Yep, both.
big gamers,
And builder.
and builder too.
All three, yep.
Yeah, the whole package. Thank you, Randall.
No problem.
And Mr. Daniel Charlton, the one and only one, our CEO.
Oh,
Hey,
Hey, Romain,
Good
from
to see
Frenchly
you
this
again.
time in English.
oh, in English. this
Yeah.
time. How are you, brother? Good to see you, Roman.
Good to see you.
We just finished our second year, right?
Yeah,
We just finished our second year, so we're busy putting the numbers together. Things are going well. How are you?
Very well, very well.
Oh, good to see, huh?
Yeah, likewise, likewise.
Hey, congratulations. Wow.
So much.
Well, Roman, excellent.
thank you.
We
Dan.
tell him we'll send him new 5-year plans.
Yeah.
And things are great here at Landmark. Thanks so much for all your help, Roman.
My pleasure.
And so in LandQuire, we raise funds also from investors. So this is my department. You have Zidane,
Hey, nice.
who's named like the best French soccer player in the world. He's taking care of the website and artificial intelligence very soon. Mr. Adrian, who's part of the fundraising, and Thibaut, that you know well, huh? Thibaut,
I love French morning. Thank you.
one of our co-founder of LandQuire, and Tristan and Jules, who just joined the team very recently. So you see very young and active team that work day and night to make this company the best in America. So LandQuire, it's 70 co-workers placed in 4 different countries. We have, so the team, the headquarters is in Miami, and we have so the partners and the directors, the managers are in Miami. In El Salvador, we have the acquisition team. In Egypt, we have a cold callers team as well that call the sellers. And in Bangladesh, we have the data analyst and web designer team. So I will explain you a little bit more of how it works and what type of service we can provide at LandQuire. So I'm going to share my screen and explain you a little bit more. So LandQuire is a prop tech company. So we use technology and data to invest in real estate in America. And with this technology, we're able to gather all the data of Zillow, Trulia, Rent.com, all those websites that give us the information about the real estate market all over USA. So in the 51 states, 3,243 counties, county by county, we're able to get the information on how many lands were sold. Like you can see sold 7,766. That's how many lands and that has been sold in the last 12 months. For sale is the land that are actually for sale in the market. So we divide those two numbers, and that will give us 1247, which is the LQ factor. And the higher the factor, the better the velocity, and the better the ratio of supply and demand is on our favor, because it means that a lot of properties were sold in the last 12 months, but only a few are on the market today. So if we come to this market, we know that there is demand, and we're going to be there going to be less competition. So that's the first indicator on how we choose our markets. The second one is the COEF 360. It's actually the days on market, the average days on market of the properties that are put on the market. So how many days does it take on average to sell it? The lower, the better, because our goal is to buy real estate and sell it fast for a profit. And the population growth, the land area, the population density, all those indicators are also important, but the most important ones are the LQ factor and COEF 360. So out of the 3,243 counties, can see that there is some zone that looks like dead zone. So we don't want to go there. 0.08 LQ factor, 4,500 days to sell a piece of real estate. We don't want to go there. So we avoid those places. And out of the 3,243 counties, we get 100 counties where the real estate market is active. At that moment, the goal is to get data from the county, from distressed property list, from any data provider. We have software that we can use to get all the coordinates and the information about owners of land and real estate and properties in those counties. So we gather data, we send it to the data analyst team in Bangladesh, and they're gonna analyze between 100,000 and 150,000 property every month to estimate the value of the property and the potential of resale of those properties. So once we did that, we're going to blast all the owners and contacting them directly at their residential address or calling them. So we can send mailers, with cash offers. So we make offers between 30 to 50% of the real market value of the property. So if it were for us $100,000, we're going to make an offer between $30,000 to $50,000. So it's a very aggressive offer. We send 100,000 mailers, and we have the team in Egypt that will cold call every owners every week to make those type of offers, to see if they want to sell, if they are motivated, to analyze the motivation, etc. So that allows us. Yeah,
you make the money when you buy, basically.
Exactly, because we're able to buy very low. So after, the rest is how you handle it, how you what you do with the potential profit margin that we have. And this is where the system is super smart and controlled, and every steps and every details are well thought and well managed. So we're going to make 150,000 offers every month. Out of this, we're going to have like maybe 100, 150 owners that are really motivated to sell. And we're going to send those leads to our acquisition team in El Salvador. We have 20 people there that's going to call back the owners and renegotiate the price, asking more information, calling real estate professionals in the area, and ask them to do a CMA, so a study. It's like a comparative market analysis. We're going to make a survey, a drone, pictures and video. We want to know everything about every property that we buy. And that will allow us to make a second filter. So out of the 150 properties and opportunities that we get, we'll maybe close 15 or 20 of them. So it's a way to tell you how picky we are with our acquisition. We want to make sure that what we buy is going to sell and it's going to make profit. So the second step is to close the deal with the owner at the right price, and then present it to the investment committee meeting every Thursday right here in this room for partners approval. Once it's approved, the second step is to call our investors and say, listen, we just found this opportunity. Here is the pro forma, here is the potential, here is how much profit we can make, how much we can sell it, in how many time on average. And the investors fund the deal. We became partners, and we share the profit once the property is sold. So it's a 100% automated turnkey real estate transaction for the investors, because we manage everything from A to Z. The investors just sign the contract, send the money, and then get his money back with profit after a couple of times once we sold the property. So overall, that's how it works. And I'm going to present you some numbers and some more details about the company right here. So LandQuire, by the numbers, we exist since 2 years. So we started during COVID, calling our investors from Zoom on the phone, and we raised the money on that system and business model. And so far, we raised $12 million to buy 150 parcels. That's 7 portfolio and 40 joint venture. I will explain you what it is later. And out of the $12 million investment, the value of the portfolio based on the CMA of the realtor we're working with is today $18 million. So you can see the potential profit that will be made once all the properties will be sold right here. So LandQuire has 4 main departments. The first one is data analytics, it's prospecting. The second one is acquisition. Third one is investor relations. Hello. And the fourth one is property management and disposition, to sell it and make some profit. 70 full-time staff, 4 offices, 4 distinct teams. Why land? Because it's LandQuire. Out of the 100 properties we buy, they're going to be 80 lands, because we believe in land. For us, is the most secure and stable and safe and easy to manage investment in the world. Why? Because buy land, they're not making it anymore. That's what Mark Twain told us many years ago. Warren Buffett will tell you, you can give me all the gold in the world. What can I do with it? Give me a piece of land. I can put some cows. I can sell the meat. I can sell the milk. I can produce something. It's gonna generate revenues on the long term. And overall, I can pass it to my children. And so land is a very interesting investment. You can see that, for example, Bill Gates is one of the biggest land owner in America. He owns like millions of acres. The reason why is because when you see the 5 last decades of appreciation, yearly appreciation of the land, we're on average 9 to 11% appreciation. Why? Because we are the population is growing step by step. A couple of years ago, we were 6 billion. Now we're 7 billion. We're going to be 8, 9, 10 billion in a couple of years. And the place and Earth is limited. The amount of land we have available on Earth is limited. So it creates scarcity, and it naturally increase the value of the land overall. Also, the market size of America, it's 2.3 billion acres privately owned by owners that are available for us on our business model. And it's a $3 trillion annual land sales in America. So we have a lot of potential in this market. Also, it's a niche because on the last 10 years, America have been under construction, on opposite to the population growth. It means that we didn't build enough home for the increase of the population in America. So right now, we need 5.5 million single-family home to answer the demand of the actual real estate buyers. So builders and developers need lands to build project for those buyers. Also, it's short and long term, and it's more stable when you analyze the evolution of the price of lands. Even when the crisis arrive, it will there will be a variation of 5 to 10% max, but it's not going to drop like for 30 or 40, 50%. So it's safer. You can sleep on your 2 ears. So I told you earlier that we propose the opportunity to our investors, and we have 2 types of offerings. The first one is the private ventures. Private ventures is me, LandQuire. I have a company, and this company is about to buy 3 pieces of land in Alabama, in Georgia, Florida. Those lands, we are able to close it at $100,000. And the realtor of those area told us it's going to worth $150,000 or $160,000 if we put it on the market right now. So I created an LLC, and this LLC is in private venture with the investor who bring the fund, and then we share the profit 50-50. So since we started, it was 50-50, but since December, it's 60-40 on the private venture offerings. And on average, we raise between $50,000 to $200,000 per offer. We can have 1 or 2 investors. So if we have 1 investor for $100,000 or 2 investors for $50,000 each, and it's ranging on the timing of resale between 9 to 12 months to resell all the properties. The investor is reimbursed after every land is sold with his initial investment. So how much did we bought it plus 60% of the profit. Overall, they make between 17 to 19% net ROI on their money. So if you invest 100,000, you're going to get 118,000 net back to your pocket. So we funded 40 of them, invested around $4 million from our investors. So that's our private ventures. And we also have a portfolio which is more diversified. On the private venture, we're going to only put residential infill lots that are easy and quick to sell because they are already ready to be put to be to put on the market, and there is no administration. What can I say? Administrative
Fee?
No fee, but step to put it on the market, or there is no survey, or there is no improvement to be made on the land to put it on the market. We can sell it as is. And on the portfolio, we're going to put commercial lands, industrial land, subdivision, which is big land that we're going to subdivide it to improve the potential profit and the ROI. We can also upzone from agricultural to residential, industrial to residential, depending on the potential, the best use. And so those portfolio, we're going to raise between $500,000 to $1.5 million with a ticket entry of $25,000, $50,000 with many investors. So it could be 20 up to 35. It's SEC regulated, and it's offering more diversification. It's usually take 2 years to finish the portfolio with a potential ROI on average between 30 to 35% for the investors. So very interesting as well. That's a case study on one of our investors who invested in the JV. So we bought this land in Florida for $90,000, and we sold it for $125,000, and the investors made $17,000 profit, which is 18.55% ROI in around 3 to 4 months in that case. So he was very happy. He reinvested into a new offers, and we already sold like 80% of the land present in this offer. So he's very happy. What we offer to our investors is compound interest. The goal is to invest with us on one offer, and then once you made your profit, you reinvest, because we have 10 to 20 offers every month to present to our investors. And so since we started, we did so land arbitrage, buy and sell lands, and we analyzed the market last year, and we faces some changement in the market because high inflation, high interest rates, less buyers, more like a seller market. During COVID, it was buyer markets. During COVID, it was a seller market because everybody wanted to buy real estate. In Miami, it was crazy. The prices went up, sometimes doubled. But what happened after is that all the money that was injected by the Fed, they injected $21 trillion during COVID. This money has to come back. So we increase the interest rates, we increase the everyday product, with also the fact that the war in Ukraine and Russia increased the oil prices. So it means that people has less cash and less money to buy real estate. So prices went a little bit down, the market slowed down, and we realized that on the lands, it will slow down as well, our productivity. So we decided to readapt to the market and offer affordable housing opportunities, which is LandQuire, and that's manufactured home. Because the affordable housing, if you type on Google, you will see that it's an incredible market all over USA for people that cannot buy like real concrete big houses. For example, in Florida, it costs $450,000 on average to buy a single family home for 3 bedroom and 2 bath. With those manufactured home, we're able to offer it between $250,000 to $320,000 turnkey houses that are built on a beautiful land. So we readapted the type of offerings. We're still offering, of course, land arbitrage. It just slowed down. Before, we were announcing 6 to 9 months. Now we announce 9 to 12 months, which is just a different time. But with those manufactured home, we're able to sell it within 6 months. Why? Because we're able to buy the land at a discount first, so 50% of the value. And then we are working on our team. We have a JC on ground that has his JC license, his wholesale license with the factory that built the manufactured home. He has his real estate license as well. So he's handling every project from A to Z. And we're able to offer those homes at 330,000. That's the net 310, but it cost us 225,000 turnkey. So you see the potential profit on those transaction, and only 6 months. Why? Because when you buy the land, you ask for the permit, you make the survey, it takes like a month. But once you have the permit and the approval, you can already pre-market the construction on the MLS and find a buyer that will take a FHA loan or any conventional loan to buy this property. We buy and construct, we build those houses within Orlando and Jacksonville, which is the up and coming market in Florida right now, where lands and real estate is more affordable. And so right now we have this LandQuire investment portfolio 4. We raised a total of $1.1 million for 10 houses that we're gonna build on Bunnell. Bunnell is northeast of Orlando. It's a $200,000 in minimum investment with a potential ROI of 19 to 21% once we sold all the 10 houses. So it takes 3 months to build the manufactured home. So 1 month for the permit, 3 months to build it. We can already sell it to a buyer, and then a couple of months for any administrative steps. I already have a problem with administrative something. It's lagging my brain probably. And once it's so we can sell it very fast, because once it's built, the bank unlock the money and the buyer just enter the house. So in 6 to 7 months, we can already sell a house. So for 10 houses, we said 9 to 12 months, and we're going to leverage the rest with a money lender, so a bank that we're already pre-approved. So we're raising the money for the down payment and pay back the investors with the sale price. So it's 19 to 20% ROI within 9 to 12 months, and you're going to be reimbursed every time we sell one of those manufactured home. The advantage with the manufactured home also is that there is regulation in Florida for hurricane, for earthquake, and those manufactured homes are easy to build, less expensive, but it's not a mobile home. It's a solid manufactured home that resists wind between 200, 220 miles per hour. So it's very solid, and buyers loves it. So that's LandQuire. I'm going to give you some other numbers, because since we started, I'm going to show you the tracking record of the company. So as you can see here is all the lands and the offers that we funded. And you have the transaction cost, total capitalization. So that's the buying price of those lands. And you have the estimated market value, which is the CMA. So you see total cap around 10 million, estimated market value 14 million, and we're going to list it around 17 million. So we're expecting a sale between 15 to 15.5. which is amazing on the ROI. And that's the land we already sold. So we already sold around 40% of the portfolio. Some others are under contract and will be selling in a couple of weeks. But you can see right here, acquisition price 1.2. Average days on market 105. So on average, it takes 3 to 4 months to sell a property, and sales price 1.6. So we did 460,000 profit on 1.2 investment, which is what I told you. We make we give to our investors 15 to 20% ROI on their investment. Here it is for the presentation. So this is my contact information. If you want to organize a video call with me to go over more details, you can scan the QR code right here. So you take your phone, you go to a camera, and then click on it, and then you can book a call with me as soon as possible to participate. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to do that.
Perfect.
Let me see if also I want to show you our marketplace right after, and then we'll be good for the question. Whoop! I already have a booking right there. Thank you.
Perfect. And we'll show the code again during the question, so it will come back. Yeah.
So I wanted to show you our marketplace, which is LandQuireDeals.com or LandQuire.com. It depends. You can put both because it's gonna bring you to the same page, and you can register right here. So you click register. You're gonna put all your contact information, and you will be able to have access to all of our offerings. You have to register to be able to have access to it. So we'll be able to know when do you plan to invest, what is your budget, how did you hear about us, Frenchly, obviously. And you click register, and you will have your logins. And once you are logged in, there you go. So I'll show you how to access our available deals. So you log in, and then you're lagging as well. It happens sometimes, but let's go.
Pierre, I cannot believe you forgot your own password.
It's not, it's right there, but sometimes. There you go. You see, I haven't changed anything.
On Zoom, when we do screen sharing, it always takes longer.
Always.
Yeah.
It's the direct, always happen during the live. So you click on available deals, and you will see, for example, I talked about the manufactured home portfolio 4. So you can click on that, and you will have all the information about this opportunity, some pictures, pictures of the lands, and you will also see you will be able to download all the numbers right there, and you will be able to download the brochure, and in French or in English, so it depends. And if you click on that, you will have all the information about the opportunity. So it allows you to have a more understanding on what we do, the studies, all the. There you go. So you have 20 pages on the why we believe it's a great investment for you, and what we are intending to do, and why we took the decision. There you go. All right, so you see the point. Now we're gonna, I guess, start the question. Looks like there is some. So Romain, I'm gonna let you.
We got a first question from Mark. And meantime, we answer the questions. Maybe you can show the QR code again, in case anyone wants to scan it.
Right there.
So we have a first question. How many investors joined LandQuire so far?
So right now we have 150 investors, and we also have family offices and hedge funds that came to the team.
Okay. So we had another question, which was specifically on the portfolio 4 that you mentioned. And it was, can you remind us what is the ticket to entry? What's the minimum investment on portfolio 4?
Yeah, the minimum investment is $200,000 for the portfolio 4. So it's an amount that you need to have cash on the sides. So instead of living in the bank or invested at 3 or 4%, it's better to invest it into real estate that offer 15 to 20% ROI. So $200,000, that's the minimum investment.
Okay. Another question on portfolio 4. How much money you still have to raise on that portfolio?
So on the $1.1 million, we already raised 800,000. So we still have 400,000 to raise. So it's 2 spots available.
All right, perfect.
So be quick.
Yeah. So we had another question about how much money LandQuire raised last year.
Yeah,
2022.
So in 2022, so the first year we raised $4 million. The last year we raised 8 million. So that's 12 million. And this year we expect to raise between 30 to 40 million, because after 2 years of activity, family offices, real estate fund, hedge fund start to trust you, and you have more credibility. So we have one real estate fund that is able to invest $10 million with us this year. We have another one. It's a family office in Europe who's going to give us a line of credit of $10 million. So it's going to be an amazing third year for LandQuire.
That's good. And yeah, we had another question about where would you see LandQuire going in about 3 to 4 years?
Yeah. So the goal right now, the system works, the team is in place. The goal right now is to scale. So the more budget we have, the more we can hire, buy data, buy softwares, have marketing budget to be able to get more opportunities, to fund them with our investors, to make more profits. So right now, the goal is to develop this business model at the peak. And we already raised last year $3.5 million on our Series A. So I was first capital raising. And we have so much demand that we extended to $5 million. So if you want to be a business angel of one of the shareholders of LandQuire, it's available right now. The minimum investment is $100,000 to buy share of this disruptive company, which is not it's like a mature startup. And so the goal is to develop the company. And right now we have a value estimate of $33 million, but we project to an evaluation in the next 3 to 5 years between $150 to $300 million. So the goal is to develop the company and resell it to a hedge fund, a real estate investment trust, a developer that love the algorithm, the team, and the business model to get more opportunities for his investors. There is, investment funds that manage billions of dollars, and I'm sure that with LandQuire on their sides, they're gonna scale like even more for the investors and make their investors very happy.
Okay, sounds good. So I believe you answered about potentially investing in the Series A, which is still open.
Yeah, still open.
Okay. So we had a question on what's the next step to invest with you. I believe is to scan the code and take a one-on-one meeting with you. Perfect. And
register to the marketplace also.
Yeah. We had a question, is it possible meeting with you directly in Miami if we want to meet one-on-one?
Of course, you're welcome on our offices in Miami Lakes. I can send you the address. You can come at the office, or we can meet in the city at your office or on a bar anywhere in Brickell or Miami Beach. It's up to you. So yeah, you're more welcome to visit us, or you will we'll organize a meeting face to face. Always better than Zoom.
Perfect. I think we've covered pretty much everything and answered all the questions we had. So we'll move forward. Thank you, Pierre. It was very detailed, and you gave us a lot of information today. I'm sure we'll do more events in the future, and yeah, we'll keep you updated on how LandQuire is growing. So keep following upcoming webinars on Frenchly about LandQuire.
Thank you so much, Romain. Thank you, Frenchly, and all the people that were there today. We look forward to work with you and generate some profits for your money on the side. So we look forward as well to a new webinar with you, and thank you for your patience and your trust.
Best of luck.
All right.
Have a great one.